Hey guys, I want to address the school shooting in Nashville that occurred a few hours ago. It's actually yesterday, my time. And I don't have words to express just how horrific these kind of events are. And I know there's a lot of political talk at the moment about gun control and would controlling guns in the US prevent absolute atrocities like this. I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. I'm in the UK. The last school shooting we had was in 1996, and that was the Dunblane massacre. And that resulted in a complete overhaul of the gun laws in the UK. And people state that it's because of the regulation of firearms in the UK that we don't see school shootings. The thing for me, criminals can readily get their hands on guns. So handguns are available on the black market. And if you're a criminal, you don't abide by the gun laws. Last August, we had the horrific shooting of 9-year-old Olivia Pratt-Corbell just 28 miles from where I live. The trial's going on at the moment. I'm covering the trial on this channel, and I'll have another video about the latest on that trial later this evening my time. That gunman had two handguns, and one of the guns he used to shoot Joseph Nee, the intended target, and apparently that gun malfunctioned, so he switched to his other gun, and that killed Olivia. It shot her mother through the hand. The bullet went straight through Cheryl Corbell's hand and hit Olivia in the chest. Criminals have no problem getting handguns. So if one of those insane, crazy people wanted to go and shoot up a school, they could get a gun. But the shooting in Dunblane, 16 children and one teacher were gunned down. And now, I know that in the US there's loads of school shootings. It seems like there's one comes along regularly. I don't know what the answer is other than having schools basically on lockdown. Not only did the Dunblane massacre result in stricter gun laws in the UK, the banning of almost all handguns and just a more careful regulation of guns for law-abiding people who only have the weapons that are legal. But what it also did was it tightened up the security around schools. The primary school near me in my village, the primary school that I went to as a child, it's basically on lockdown. Like, you cannot get in. Now, the shooter in this horrific situation in Nashville planned it seemingly for a long time. I hope they release the manifesto that they found in a house. The shooter being a 28-year-old trans woman called Audrey Hale. This manifesto. So does that provide her motive, her rationale for doing this to innocent children? 3 innocent 8-year-old and 9-year-old children lost their lives when she shot through the door. Now, does it mean that all schools should have bulletproof glass on their doors? Maybe. But just the horror of seeing this person, this lowlife, prowling around the school. I want to know the reasons why this person felt it was acceptable to do this. Whatever pain and resentment or revenge this person felt they needed to implement to this school. And apparently this person is an ex-student of this school, knows the layout, had the maps for the layout of the school. Does it mean that things like maps of schools shouldn't be in the public domain? Yeah, maybe. But let's listen to the police chief now. So let's listen to a couple of clips from law enforcement.
At 10:13 this morning, the police department received a call of an active shooter inside Covenant School, the Covenant Presbyterian Church. The police department response was swift. Officers entered the first story of the school, began clearing it. They heard shots coming from the second level. They immediately went to the gunfire. When the officers got to the second level, they saw a shooter, a female, who was firing. The officers engaged her. She was fatally shot by responding police officers. There was a 5-member team who was on the second floor at that time. 2 individuals from that 5-member team opened fire on the shooter. We know at this point that this shooter is a female. She appears to be in her teens, although her identification has not been confirmed at this juncture. We know that she was armed with at least 2 assault-type rifles and a handgun.
That was an early report from the scene, but we now know that this person is not a teenager. She's 28 years old, former student of this school, and shot to death on scene by essentially a firing squad. Yeah, good. As a psychologist, I can't explain why people do this other than serious mental disturbance. Exacting revenge for whatever happened in this person's life that they felt it acceptable to do this. Innocent people, 6 innocent people, including 3 small children, did not get to go home after going to a place that educates them, that they should be safe in, that they should enjoy their learning and their experience at school. Imagine the terror that these children felt as they were being led out. I don't know what to tell you. Just a devastating scene. A devastating scene. Imagine being one of those parents who heard that there'd been a shooting, sending their kids to a normal school day. Imagine being those parents waiting for news, and imagine being one of those 3 parents, 3 families, whose children were victims to this absolute lowlife. Whatever mental disturbance this person had, I'm glad that this person is no longer alive. I don't wish death on people, but if they go and do something like this, then they don't deserve to be alive. But you see, was that the intention? Like suicide by cop at a place where she obviously felt wronged or resentful. There's no excuses for this. No excuses. Just devastating. Going to end by playing the more later conference by the police chief. So I'll say goodbye here. Bye, guys.
The shooter as Audrey Hale, 28-year-old female that lived in the Nashville area. We have investigations ongoing now at the residence on Brightwood Avenue. And we have made contact with the father that lived at that residence and are putting together more information. We've also determined there were maps drawn of the school in detail of surveillance, entry points, etc. We know and believe that entry was gained through shooting through one of the doors is how they actually got into the school. I want to take the time to at least say, and I won't say the victims' names, I'll let Don say that, but out of the 6 victims, 3 adults, 3 of those were children. 2 of them were age 9. 1 was 8, about to be 9. All the families have been contacted. The victims' families have been contacted as well. My thoughts and prayers go out to the family.
The 3 9-year-olds who were killed, Evelyn Dickhouse, William Kinney, Hallie Scruggs. 3 adults, Mike Hill, a custodian, age 61, Cynthia Peak, to my understanding, a substitute teacher, age 61, and Catherine Kuntz, age 60.